Hey, what's going on guys? DLegend here. Today we have a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross video, and we have a returning banner with returning medals, and a few other updates. So let's kind of go through the updates real quick here. Before I start that though, I just want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and Dark Road content. And yeah, if you like this video, make sure you toss me a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know if you guys are planning on pulling on this banner, or if you think the new buffer that I've been talking about for like what seems like the past 2-3 months is actually going to come out soon. Let me know if you think it's coming out and what you think it'll be. But yeah, let's go through the updates real quick here, and then we'll kind of go from there. So PvP has deluxe rankings this week, so make sure you guys try to get top 7,000 to get 1,000 free jewels. Next up, the Starlight Challenge. So use your Starlight to get sub-slot medals. So I might just do this in a video if it's hard. If it's not too difficult an event, I probably will just leave it and let you guys kind of figure it out on your own. I believe you guys can do it. And I will be posting a video pretty soon here, guys, on Keyblade setups and how to make an effective Keyblade setup and the basics of Keyblade setups for you guys, especially for newer players, but I'm sure there's going to be some tips that are helpful to some veteran players as well. So let me know if you guys are excited for that in the comments below for this video as well. So make sure you guys are doing this as well for some free Kairus. The tier 10 ones especially are super useful for subslots. And then finally, we do have the Final Fantasy VII Remake deal that is back. So let's go to the shop and talk about it. Alright, so this banner is a 3-pull Mercy this time, and as you can see, you can get one of the 3 medals there within the 3 pulls. You do get 4 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals that are 7-star and above, 6 5-star and above medals, 10 VIP coins, and 3 power gems per pull. So this is the Final Fantasy VII Remake banner, and it was out right around anniversary for Global, which was back in April. And believe it or not, guys, we're already in July. It's July 9th now, I believe. Is it the 9th? July 9th, yeah. Thursday, July 9th. So that's pretty crazy, guys. The fact that we have this banner 3 months after it originally came out. That's a lot of time that spanned between this and the original release. But these medals aren't bad medals whatsoever at this point in time. It's just that they are outclassed at this point. Like, I would still use them if you have them. It's just that I wouldn't go ahead and pull for them just because they're here, if that makes sense. So I'm sure most of you guys already knew I was going to say exactly that in this video. But if you guys don't know what these 3 medals do, let's just talk about them real quick, and then I will give you a reason why you shouldn't pull on them. So Cloud and Sephiroth are both power medals. Cloud is upright power, and Sephiroth is reverse power. They're basically the same thing in the sense that they both buff your power medal strength by 3,000 for 2 turns each. And then supernova wise, they do buff your power medal strength by for 2 turns for 6,000 strength. So 6,000 strength for 2 turns for their supernovas. So in total, if you have extra attack on this medal, so that's 6,000 from the special attack if you cast it twice, and then another 6,000 from the supernova, and that does last 2 turns for both of those items. So it's a pretty good buffer for especially for 2-turn buffs, but at this point in time, just not super useful. Cloud is slightly weaker than Sephiroth with its maximum strength as well as its multiplier. Cloud has a multiplier up to 87.53, and then Sephiroth's multiplier is 88.79, so Sephiroth is the superior medal. It does cost 1 extra gauge though, so it's 3 gauges instead of 2 that Cloud uses. But they are both tier 10 medals with Supernova Mastery and the exact same Supernova, basically. However, Sephiroth's Supernova is actually superior as well, because it does debuff the enemy's general, reverse, and power-based defense, as well as buff itself for general, reverse, and power-based strength. And then Cloud actually only does, it buffs yourself for general, upright, and power-based strength, and doesn't debuff the enemy for any defense with its supernova. Aside from that, very, very good buffer medals, if you already have them, that is, so don't go pulling for these, because they're just outclassed at this point in time. Tifa here is a speed-based medal, and it does buff your speed medal strength by 3,000 tiers, but for 1 turn only, so that makes this medal not so good. And when the banner first came out, banner first came out with the 5 pull mercy, I think I mercied it 3 times in total, and I think I ended up getting 2 copies of Tifa and 1 no, I mercied it twice in total, I think. And then I ended up getting 2 copies of Cloud, 2 copies of Tifa. No, I did it 3 times. I mercied it 3 times. I got 2 copies of Tifa and 2 copies of Cloud. So I did get 1 extra Tifa during this entire banner, but I didn't, like, Tifa was the worst medal there because it didn't have a 2-turn buff, and literally just buffed, it's the same buffs except for 1 turn rather than 2 turns, if that makes sense. However, Tifa is a PvP medal, so she does break Pierce defense boost by 30%, or has a 30% chance of piercing defense boost. Has a pretty solid multiplier as well, the 87.53, same as Cloud's. It's still a tier 10 medal, costs 3 gauges, 240 times supernova multiplier, and it is a supernova mastery. But, and it buffs yourself for general, upright, and speed base strength by 15 tiers, and speed mental strength by 6,000 for 1 turn. But yeah, just all 3 of these medals, as you can see now, are just outclassed because they don't have high enough buffs for whatever you're buffing. So for Cloud and Sephiroth, the power base buff is not high enough at this point in time. Even though it does a 2-turn buff, like both of those medals do 2-turn buffs, it's just not worth it, guys. There's just better medals out there right now. Let's look at KHUx 24 as an example. So KHUx 24 is obviously a magic based medal. It's a upright magic medal, but the buffs are completely different. So it's magic base strength plus 8,000 for 1 turn, and then it buffs for supernova. It does buff your magic base strength by 12,000 for 1 turn as well. So as you can see, that's already, like, literally the special attack, if you cast it once, that's already higher than if you cast Cloud or Sephiroth's special attack twice, because that would be 6,000 strength in total for the Cloud and Sephiroth casts, whereas the KHUx 24 cast would be 8,000 right there, and then if you double that, that's 16,000 strength right there. And then obviously the supernova is insane as well. It's 12,000 strength compared to the 6,000 for Cloud and Sephiroth. I know those are power medals and this is a magic medal, but this is just an example of what I'm trying to tell you guys, because there's going to be other medals like this in the future. Obviously Ansem and Berserker and Strikeform Sora are already out, and they're similar to these. It's the medals like KHUx 24, but KHUx 24 and whatever medal was out before this. Was it Vanitas? No, it was Xehanort. So Xehanort Banner isn't here anymore, but the Xehanort Banner was also a 10 pull mercy, and that's like the new version of Strikeform Sora and Berserker and Gambler and all those things, if that makes sense, because it has a higher strength buff. But the only thing with these medals is that it only buffs your one specific attribute. So since this medal is a magic medal, it buffs your magic mental strength by 8,000. And that's where the new buffer comes in. I still think there's going to be a brand new buffer coming out very soon, because if you think about it here, this medal here, Supernova ++ Terra Xehanort B, is a VIP medal, and it buffs literally everything that you need. And it's a VIP medal, so that means VIP players get it early. But I think there's going to be a better version of this medal that comes out for all players with a certain, probably a 10 pull mercy at this point in time, I'd say. Terra Xehanort B here does a 6,000 strength buff for all medals, and then it literally buffs everything else you need. So upright, reverse, PSM, general, upright, in general, and then debuffs the enemy for the exact same things. And then supernova wise, it does buff your metal strength by 10,000, which is pretty crazy as well, considering it's all metals. So yeah, I personally do think that there will be a buffer that covers everything, kind of like Terra Xehanort B and kind of like Nominee, because Nominee is a medal here that does buff all metals as well, and it does your general and upright, reverse, as well as PSM strength and defense debuffs. So in all honesty, I do think there will be a new buffer. Don't know when it'll come out yet, but it has to be soon, because Nominee was a VIP medal probably 8 weeks ago by now, maybe 6 or 7. And also Terra Xehanort B was a VIP medal that came out last week. And so I think it'll come out within the next month or two. I know I've been saying this for a very, very long time, but hopefully it does come out, because I don't want to be wrong about this, and I don't want to keep you guys holding on to your jewels for too long, because there's obviously other medals that you could be pulling for. But at this point in time, I would recommend saving and not pulling on bait banners like the Final Fantasy VII Remake banner that is re-released here with a 3-pull Mercy instead of a 5-pull Mercy. Save those 9,000 jewels on, and then spend them on something better, because I guarantee you guys there will be something better coming out in the near future. As you can see, I have like really few jewels now compared to before. I only have 18,600 right there, because I spent a lot of jewels on traits. So when I got VIP for Terrazane B here, I got perfect trait. No, I want to say I got perfect traits on him. Yeah, I got perfect traits on him with just buying one set of traits from the Moogle shop for his trait medals. However, I did have VIP, and I did do some pulls on the Supernova deal, and I ended up getting Strike Form Sora as well as Dark Riku from the banner. I don't know if I got those medals from the 2 pulls that I did on camera here, or if I did them, or if I did one last pull off camera and I got those from that pull, if that makes sense to you guys. But I also got another copy of Ansem the Wise. This one was boosted from the Supernova banner as well, so I'm pretty happy about that. However, I don't have any traits for him, and I probably should have just traded him, but I wanted to focus on Strike Form Sora, because Strike Form Sora does really help me with my PvE setup with my Fenrir, and I ended up giving him perfect traits, so I bought, I think, all 5 of those traits, so that's 5,000 jewels right there. Don't necessarily know if it was the best investment, but I think it will end up being a very good one for a decent chunk of time, because Strike Form Sora is a really good medal. I just did not pull on it because I didn't want to spend 15,000 jewels on a single medal. But because I got it from this Supernova banner, I think it was worth it. Same with Dark Riku here. I ended up getting Aerial from its one trait, from the trait medal that I had for him, but then I did buy Ground and Extra Attack just because this medal is also like an amazing medal as well, and it does basically the same buffs as Cloud and Sephiroth, but it was a free medal, considering, I mean, not a free medal, but I only spent 3,000 jewels on it technically, so I thought that I could spend another 2,000 on it to make it a very, very good medal. And this medal is way better than Cloud and Sephiroth as well, because it does everything, and it's a PvP as well as a PvE medal. And that multiplier is insane compared to Cloud and Sephiroth. So that 25.27 is way better than Cloud and Sephiroth's 20.84 or whatever Sephiroth has. Even its base multiplier, the 20.22, is like the exact same thing as the 20.84 basically, right? So that's crazy to me. And yes, so I spent some jewels on traits for these medals. Aside from that, I don't think I spent... Oh, I think I had some traits for Lingering Will still, but I think I bought either Extra Attack or another Strength trait just to make them a perfect copy medal. But aside from that, that is probably it. I think that's all I spent jewels on recently, and I'm not too worried because I do have 20,000 jewels saved up in my avatar boards, so that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. No, 25,000 jewels, sorry. Holy moly, I forgot how many jewels I had. That's good, I guess, because that means I don't spend as many if I keep them here compared to actually collecting the jewels and leaving them in my jewel count right there. Pretty happy with that. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video, I think. If you guys have any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And please look forward to my new video that will come out in my Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Guide series called... I'm not sure what I'll call it yet, but it'll be something along the lines of how to make a Keyblade setup, or how to deal damage in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, because I know a lot of you guys were wondering about that. And how to just make a good Keyblade setup. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that, and I will catch you all soon. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts Union Cross content. Peace out, guys.